Pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C Certified Brewhead, and welcome to another edition of BML here on BAOS. This evening, we have a vast array of bangers from our good mates, Market Brewing in Newmarket, Ontario. These guys are killing it. We recently were up there at the brewery for Scott's wedding. Scott Cole got married a few weeks ago, and the night before we went out and checked out the brew pub, and it's got a sick tap room, super cool vibes. Really enjoyed it. Picked up these bad boys. By the way, today is like the worst weather of all time. This is the weekend where everything was like minus 33 in Montreal. Like, it's just killing me. So shouts to Rosewood for keeping me warm out here. Alright, so the beers that we have here. We have their Golden Ale, the Brut IPA, a single hop IPA, very cool with Vic Secret, a single hop double IPA with Equinox. We have a Schwarzbier, and finally a Porter, mate. So I've had quite a few of Market's beers at this point, and I think everything they're doing is pretty solid, man. Like, they're really onto something. It's great. Super cool guys too. Branded glassware, key elements. So this is like Golden Ale. I've mentioned this a few times before. They're kind of like, they're really popular in Australia, and I hadn't really seen them very often out here. So I'm always curious about them. So this is called Leslie Crusher. It's 4.1%. Someone did tell me, I think, maybe they were telling me about cream ales. Either way, Golden Ales is kind of like some sort of a derivative of a blonde type of situation. A little darker malt. It's definitely slightly opaque there. Nice bubbles. Bready and malty. Get it in you. Nice. Exactly what I expected. It's kind of like, yeah, there's like a slightly caramelized blonde ale, really. Chill carbonation, not overly sharp. Nice bready, biscuity malts. Pretty strong malt backbone, but it also drinks with a ton of flavor for 4.1. Like, this actually is like really nice. Slight bitterness. Once again, happens every time. First beer. The bitterness is probably a little more overwhelming than it really is once you're warmed up. Great crusher. I really like this. This is solid. I've been enjoying this type of stuff. I've been enjoying blonde ales a bit more lately. Normally I can't stand them, but I've had a few good ones, so that is solid, mate. Next up, the Brut. So when we went to the brew pub, I purposely didn't get it because I knew that I was going to be having it for this video. Tiff got it, I think. Maybe Scott did, my brother. So I did take a bit of a sip. I'm always curious to see how breweries approach this particular style. It's actually probably my favorite new innovation of 2018. Just because everyone does it so differently. Alright. So Sparkling Brut IPA, opening midnight at 6%. 22 IBUs. Let's see anything here. Golden Promise, Flaked Oats, Hops Eldorado, Haltel Blanc, Barbe Rouge, and Foggy London Yeast. So, looking slightly opaque, as most Bruts have tended to be. Nice head that seems to be sitting there quite a while. Smells like a Brut. Get in ya. Nice. Super dry, as expected. That's the key first element. This is probably one of the less sharp Bruts I've had as far as carbonation. Normally they're definitely much more like champagne-y style, where it kind of almost like chokes you up and you're like burping and it hurts to burp, that kind of joint. Nice and tropical. Touch of bitterness in there, I guess, like from 22 IBUs, pretty low. Nice and tropical though. I'm really enjoying the fruitiness of this. Yeah, man, this is crushable. Not boozy. That's another thing. A bit of a thing for me I haven't enjoyed about a lot of Bruts is because there isn't as much going on, they can't hold a higher ABV. Like, it just doesn't work. And I don't like tasting the booze through like the lighter styles. Like, so I find this is actually really damn good. All right. Next up, Vic Secret Single Minded. I just want to say it is a single IPA, right? Oh, there we go. So it's 5.5% single hopped pale ale. My bad. I like it that they've got the standard label and then they just write on the front there. It's kind of G. So let's see how this goes. I can't remember if they had this on tap when we were there. All right. I think Secret always goes well, particularly in single hop beers. I know the boys over there at Market do enjoy the haze, so I find that some of the IPA, or at least most of the stuff I've had, have sort of been leaning in that direction, and it looks like this is as well for the most part. There it is. So I want to get all of that yeast out. Get that in, y'all. All right. What else does this say? Fresh from the market, single hop pale ales for every batch. Bam, bam. Love all the info on the can. Makes me happy. So what did I say it was? 5.5, right? 5.5. Yeah, so that last little bit, that totally hazed it up. Wicked head. Great color. Definitely getting the Vic Secret vibe. Super distinctive hop, so get in, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's all Vic Secret. Damn. This is great. Super smooth. Dusty immediately. Love a bit of dust. Love a bit of dust if anyone knows Little Britain. Nice and creamy body. The carbonation is just right for this. Tropical, of course, is typical Vic Secret. It's kind of like, it's a little grassy and earthy in there too, alongside the like the pineapple, mango, typical fruits. Yeah, man, it's good. Nice and solid, mate. Market going hard. All right, next up. Bam. All right, next up. We have double-minded as opposed to single-minded. Didn't notice that before. Clever. Single hop double IPA series, 8%. This will kick you square in the pants. So this has got Equinox, which is a interesting hop. Or is it an interesting hop? Technically starts with H.
Should be N.
Not too sure if there's any grammar nerds out there.
Should be an interesting, no?
And interesting, right? I think I said A, and I said it, and I questioned myself. Hashtag grammar Nazi. All right. So this is a very clear malty IPA. Right after I said that the other ones they like to make hazy beers. You know what? Sometimes you make things up. All right. So 8%. Anything else that I need to know? Hop Sea Thought Bubble. And that's pretty much it. Equinox, yeah, it's generally a fruity hop, but it also has a lot of like earthy, grassy kind of tones, which I find I don't get too many, I guess, IPAs with only Equinox. So I'm very curious to see how this goes. Yeah, get in, yeah. Nice. Definitely like a bitter West Coast super malt forward IPA. Yeah, man, this is pretty good. Because this is like completely not my favorite style in any shape or form. Particularly the real malty ones. I don't mind them if they're dank and piney. But this one doesn't have too much of like, it's definitely dank and piney for sure. Usually Equinox has this like grassy, earthy kind of vibe that I tend to not really love. This is good. Yeah, super dry, dusty, a little bit sweet from that, strong malt character, which would be expected from an 8% beer. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Probably wouldn't drink something like this very often, to be honest with you. But, like, this goes down well. All right. Next up, Black Bear Schwarzbier. 5.2%. I love a good Schwarzbier. Which, technically, I probably could have done this earlier, but I just want to keep all the dark malts to the end. I've done some, I don't know, maybe podcasts, I think, and they usually people often put the black lager earlier on. Technically, this is a Schwarzbier as a black lager. I've mentioned this before. One of my favorite styles. They are so incredibly underrated. When they're done well, they are so fire, fam. Oh, all right. So this one is pretty dark. I can see through it on the pour. Nothing else to know about this one. So your hops: Magnum, Hallertau, Mittelfrüh, and Saaz. So it's in the lager yeast. Pilsner malt. All right. Love it. 5.2%. Great little light tan head there. Slightly see-through at the bottom, but it's mostly pretty dark. Ooh, roasty nose, mate. Get that in you. Beauty. Nice and creamy. A little thin on the body, but it is only 5.2, I guess, so I don't know what you'd expect. Nice roasty caramel. Yeah, wow, this goes down great. See, Probably in hindsight, you probably could have put this early, maybe even second, because it is a lager and it probably should follow like the golden ale that we had earlier. But this is great. Nice and balanced, a little bit dry and dusty, which I quite like. I don't know what the flavor is specifically about these dark lagers, but there's something in that. Like when I sip, I just want more. That's honestly like probably top 3, top 5 stars for me. I want to see more of these bad boys. Very good. All right, last one. Now this is the only one of these 6 that I have had before. I had this at the brew pub. Just really wanted something light. I was driving, so I couldn't have too much. This one is the Metropolitan Porter, 5%. I remember enjoying this thoroughly. Specifically, I was speaking to Josh, one of the brewers, when we went up there. He wasn't there. I was talking to him beforehand, and he was like, make sure you try the Porter. It was one of the beers he said to try it. I was like, all right, mate. Got you. Look at that. Now, this is nice and dark. Great looking head. We'll be looking at here. Columbus Cascade Styrian Celia hop. Never even heard of that. 5% even, 30 IBUs. Yeah, great head. Can't really see through that very well. Get that in you. Just how I remember it. It's really funny. One time, I don't know if you guys remember, we did the prank video where Tiffany pranked us. And she gave us a dark lager. It ended up being, and when we were drinking that blind, I was like, I swear on everything it's a porter. Like, there was nothing you could have said to change my mind. Having a dark lager and a porter back to back, I can see why I thought that. They are distinctly different. Definitely more, I guess, I'm saying more creamier, but it's not as sharp. Like the lagers, like a lager beer has that sharpness that, generally other beers tend to not have so often, particularly in the style of like porter. The roasty chocolatiness is there. The dusty dryness as well. So that's very similar. But something like a little different. Like there's that, whatever it is, that thing that I was saying before about the taste in dark lagers. That's what I'm tasting there that isn't in the porter. Josh, if you're watching, mate, maybe you can let me know what the hell I'm talking about here. What I'm referring to, but yeah, this is just a little bolder, I would say. A little bolder, a little roastier. Fantastic. Total crusher. 5% porters, particularly in this weather. Right now, I think today was like about minus 30 again here in Montreal. Hence the Mr.Banks beanie, repping all the way from Melbourne. You know what it is. So that's it, guys. Market Brewing are fantastic. Get down there in Newmarket. If you can't, you can definitely get their Bear Hug IPA at the LCBO. Probably on tap around the place as well. But the brew pub is sick. It's like one of those kind of like American style ones with the lots of glass, and you can see the facilities from the brew pub, which is really cool. The big communal tables, free popcorn, which was super cool. I love it when breweries do that. So yeah, guys, that's it. If you enjoyed the video, mate, boom, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell, Tiffany, so you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast, and check out the long form audio, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, lots of stuff coming. You know what it is. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And as always, get it in ya!